So welcome to the Being Bad unit. My name's Paul Duckett and I'm your unit coordinator. So I'm the person who's kind of responsible for how this unit runs. And I'm a psychologist who works in the fields of disability and mental health. And I've been a researcher and teacher at university for 26 years. Now, wait, I hear you say, you're a psychologist. Well, yes, I am, but fear not. I work in an area called community psychology, which is kind of applied social psychology. But it's still psychology, you say. Yes, well, yep, you've got a point there, but fear not, because I'm actually a critical community psychologist. What the heck is one of those, you say? Well, don't worry, you don't need to know. All you need to know really is that my focus is on social systems, on politics and culture and history. I'm not one of those psychologists that tries to get inside your head. No, I'm one of those psychologists who's more concerned about what your head is in. I'm more interested in how social systems work than how brains work. I'm kind of a sociologist who likes the glamour of being called a psychologist. You know, everyone thinks I can get into their heads, but I can't. But sometimes I like them to think that I can. But I'm trusting you, my dirty little secret there. I can't read your mind. I'd also let you into another dirty big secret, which is that none of the other psychologists can get into your mind either. You know, they're as clueless as the rest of us. But that's just between me and you. So, I've been a psychologist for 26 years. How long have I been running this unit? Well, about 26 minutes. This is the first time I've run this unit, so be gentle with me. We won't have everything mapped out on day one, and some of the content will be rolling out as we go. But trust me, we'll get there in plenty of time. And why should you trust me? Well, because you're in safe hands. I've been living and breathing the topic of social deviance for all of my professional life. Since the early 1990s, the focus of all my research and teaching has been on people who, for one reason or another, are seen as deviant. Either they used to be seen as deviant in the past, or they're still seen as deviant today. Specifically, the deviant people I've been working with are disabled people and people diagnosed as mentally ill. You know, maybe you have such a diagnosis yourself or a classification yourself. What the heck am I doing, calling you deviant? Well, don't worry, being deviant is okay. But we'll talk more about that on the unit. Also, we still treat many people as deviants, even though we've learned that it's rude these days to call them deviants. So, we'll be looking at lots of different types of deviants, and not everyone will be called a deviant, but they're still treated like a deviant, if you know what I mean. So, this unit is all about deviance. In a nutshell, it's about being bad, hence the title of the unit. You know, it's about bad people, why they're bad people, and actually why it can be quite good sometimes to be a bad person. Now, just to be clear, I'm not talking about the sort of bad people that set out to harm others. So I'm not telling you that, you know, it's cool to be a serial murderer or anything like that. Now, we're talking about the sort of bad that doesn't harm other people. We're talking about the sort of bad that... What the hell am I talking about? No, we're not talking about the sort of bad that harms other people. We're going to talk about the other type of bad. We're going to talk about all the different types of bad that don't do harm to others, but do shock people, do unsettle people, and do disturb people. These are those bad people that aren't causing harm, but they are causing us offense, they're causing us inconvenience, and they're making us feel unsettled. So that's what we're going to be looking at. And how are we going to be looking at it? Well, we're going to be looking at it through talking about it. And I'm going to talk to you via weekly recorded lectures. They'll either be videos like this or audio recordings. And I'm thinking we might try out a few audio recordings rather than videos, see how it goes. Let me know how it goes. But if I do try audio recordings, I'm doing that because videos take forever to make. But also, you can listen to an audio recording when and wherever you like. You know, you don't have to be glued to a screen. And if you've got a phone that plays MP3 files, that means you can listen and be getting on with other stuff like walking the dog or doing the washing up or going for a walk, stuff like that. You know, probably best to slip on a pair of headphones so you don't want to be disturbing your neighbours. You know, oi, turn that down. We're sick of hearing your post-structuralist accounts of epiphenomena, social constructions at this time of the morning. You don't have to know what any of those big words mean. I hardly know what they mean. But you kind of get the gist, don't you? You can just stick your earpods in, just listen to me in private, and in that way, I suppose I am getting into your head, aren't I? I'm getting into your head via an audio podcast and a set of earbuds. So maybe I'm that sort of psychologist who can get into your head. Anyway, so that's that bit where I'm talking. Then I want us to start talking. I want you to talk to me. I want you to talk to other students on the unit. And for that, we've got our weekly tutorials on Zoom, and we've got our discussion forums on Moodle. So I'll tell you all about that in another video, because this one's gone on for a bit too long. So I'll see you soon. Nice to meet you. Ta-da.